shed, gym, shim. You're packing quite a bit of weights into this gym.
Don't tell my wife.
Yeah. This is pretty nice for Titan, actually. Like, just my initial thoughts, what's really bugging me, why do you have 3 Bowflex adjustable dumbbells?
I would like to have 0.
Standard with every gym, the silver easy curl bar.
Massenomics.
Are you guys ready for the most epic home shed gym tour ever? I hope so, because you came to the right place. I know we did. We're here with Big Paul in Crew Falls, not Big Crew in Fall Falls, something like that. So Big Paul here in Crew Falls, which we call Sioux Falls, where Tommy lives. This is actually our second gym tour we did today. We're hitting up all the sweet home gyms. Is this the shim? Is that right?
It is the shim.
Yeah, that's actually a portmanteau. Shed, gym, shim. We know about portmanteaus because Massenomics is one. This is sweet. We've already looked around a little bit, but we're going to give the full tour now. The shim, how many years old is it?
We bought our house in 2021 and bought it in the winter of 2021. So by the spring, I had a squat stand and plates and a couple bars. And now it's kind of evolved into this where I've insulated it, put walls up, and put some AC and a little bit of heat in the wintertime. So it's kind of been made into a monster.
Any idea the square footage of the shim?
So it's 12 by 20
okay.
On the outside. Inside's a little bit shorter.
So it's a little over
Yep.
230 square foot or something like that, we'll say. And you're packing a lot in here. Like, it's a really good use of space. And I gotta say, when you just even walk up to this thing from the front yard to the backyard, it looks really cool when the doors open and you're like, oh yeah, I see what's going on back here. Yeah, let's start then. I guess we start at the beginning. We walk in through the walk-in door, which honestly, this walk-in door just makes it really nice for even moving equipment in and out of here, I would think, being able to have that luxury versus the cellar dwellers like in a basement home gym. First thing, you've got weight storage like mounted right onto the wall when you walk in. Is that what that is? I see it's Titan. Is that what that's made for? Or did you just make this weight storage thing, or what is going on there?
I made the weight storage thing. Initially, I bought squat stands and made that into a half rack. And then I ended up selling the squat stands, but kept the half rack pieces because I needed more weight storage for all my bumper plates and some extra iron 45s. So then I just drilled it into the studs and got more weights out of the way because I ran out of storage on my actual weight pegs on my squat rack.
You've got quite a few. You got a lot of weights in here. Actually, you're packing quite a bit of weights into this gym.
Don't tell my wife.
Yeah, that there's an excess amount of weights. Making more good use of space. What do you have, the flat bench hanging from the wall over here?
So it's a Titan flat bench, and then I bought the Rep wall-mounted storage just to get stuff off the ground and just, like you said, utilize space a little bit more, get it out of the way, just free up some space.
And then your adjustable bench you've got over here. This is one of the Rep ones. Is this the same one that we looked at Perfect Little Swede's gym? Is this he's got an adjustable Rep one too?
It might actually be.
I'm not sure if this is the same.
And that one actually came with the squat stands that I bought, so that's my original bench. The problem with it is it's not a zero gap, so anytime I was trying to bench heavy, I'd end up pinching myself on the hinge, and then my tailbone sat right on that hinge, so that was not super comfortable.
And like Tommy and I both, you're also a fellow tall member of the Tall Man's Club.
Short Kings allowed.
Yeah, no. Short Kings allowed. You have the chalk pot. What is this? Who's this from, Tommy?
AbMat.
Yeah, the chalk pot from AbMat. You are a veteran of the Lift Hard, Live Easy Classic. He has competed in both meets, and I'm pretty much assuming we're going to see you in 2025 as well.
I'll be there.
Yeah. You can't really miss that, can you? It's not really an option. It's not optional at this point in time. Tell us about this piece and what your plans are.
So this is the Titan lat pull down low row. This was a Facebook Marketplace find, and I wanted one for a long time, and it just happened to come up. It's really nice. I used to just have the pulley off of the rack with a loadable pin, and that got kind of old. So I bought this. But now that you'll see in a little bit, I bought a Rep Aries, so this will be back on Marketplace sooner than later. So if anybody's interested,
this is a sales pitch right here. Oh, does this come with it?
That does not.
Okay, you have to buy these separate at Massenomics.com.
It's another one of those coop stickers.
Yeah, we saw one of those earlier today too. You got the peg board on the wall here for bands, cable attachments, that sort of thing. You got quite a few of these short bands. What do you use them for?
Kind of varied. A lot of this stuff that's plate loaded just to kind of get some more resistance.
Yeah.
Because as you go, It just gets a little bit easier at the top, so just to make it a little bit more difficult.
To change the resistance curve. I think, yeah, sweet. That's a good idea.
As heard on the Unpaid and Underrated podcast, just reading the book of methods and just deciding I need more bands.
Yeah, who was it? Big Emmett.
Big Emmett.
Big Emmett was just on there. What do we got right here?
That is the Titan leg
this is
extension
Titan.
leg curl.
Take it for a spin, Tanner. Let's
Yeah. What do I need to do here? Can I sit in it
So-
like it is, or?
Yep.
So you can do leg extension or leg curls with
Yep.
this.
So you can go back for leg curl,
Okay.
which is hamstrings.
Yep.
You might be interested in doing some quad work.
Touche.
And like I said, I have put a band on there just because it got kind of easy at the very top.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm in here.
So then this, you can pull this pop pin on the side.
Okay. and
Lock
lower
it down.
that. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. So there's a band on there now. I wondered what that was feeling there. Yeah. You can definitely tell a difference with that band there. It makes it hard at the top.
Yeah.
This is pretty nice for Titan, actually. Like, just my initial thoughts by the look and the overall feel of this.
The footprint too.
Did you buy this new then, or used?
No, that was another marketplace find. Luckily, there's people getting rid of COVID gyms, which is still kind of happening, that you get some decent deals here and there.
Yeah.
A lot of Titan stuff, but, brand new, it's like, I think like close to 600, but
That is not bad. Like, Titan, it depends on the product. At least in this one, for probably the price that you paid for it, that's kind of a steal probably.
Yeah,
that's a good...
I think their best two kind of additional piece of equipment is this and the lat tower, just because they're both nice and even that's pretty smooth. Pieces that I wanted.
So this has plate storage on the back. Do you need to weight this down?
Yeah,
Okay.
It'll actually walk a little bit.
Yeah.
I actually kind of have to slide it. It has spots where I could anchor it into the ground. I just haven't.
Yeah.
Just because I'm unsure of where I ever want to put it.
Just another 4 more 45s that you have laying around.
I think at one point I counted I have 14 sets of 45.
Okay, yeah. So more than you could ever use at once, or that anyone could ever use at once. Over on this side, the TV. What's the story on the TV? Do you use it? The
TV is one of the newer additions to the gym.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll just throw up some Massenomics YouTube videos in the background while I'm working out.
Soon you'll be able to just have this. We're talking right now. You'll be listening to this conversation while you're working out.
The
like
gym inception.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. It seems to be very popular. The home gym that they've got. Everyone's got a TV. You've got is this a GHR or a GHD?
GHD.
Okay, this one's a GHD, the Rogue Fitness GHD. Looks like, did you buy this one new or is this
Nope,
used?
this was used.
Okay.
Another
Facebook
Marketplace find.
What was do you remember what you paid for this? Because this is a nice piece of equipment. And
$400.
That's a good deal, I think. I'm sure it costs $800 or more than that.
Yeah, the biggest
700,
hassle
800.
with it was completely put together when I bought it. So me and the guy that had it loaded it into the back of my truck, and it's too long for a 5.5 foot bed, so I kind of had to wedge it in there, and it weighs 195 pounds.
Yeah. This is different than the one we have at the gym, but I'm not sure.
Do you have the Abram or do you have?
I must have the Abram.
Because the Abram,
goes like this.
Yeah, the Abram has like the half adjustment. There's actually, when I bought this one, there was an Abram for sale that was $200 more expensive than this one. But I figured,
I don't know that's worth it.
I didn't think it was. And
I don't know about that. Okay, what's really bugging me? Why do you have 3 Bowflex adjustable dumbbells?
I would like to have 0. Okay. I was being completely honest.
Yeah.
But
an odd number. Okay.
Space. I'll eventually probably get power blocks or some repping dumbbell, something like that. 2020, there's something that went on
with everything going on.
And there at Walmart, there was one single Bowflex dumbbell that was for $50.
Okay.
So I thought I'm just going to buy it, and that's when I bought this adjustable kettlebell too.
Do you know how much that was? Was that
like,
a Walmart too?
Yeah, it was like $30.
Okay.
And I just didn't know what was going to happen in the next months. So I just had it just to do stuff around the apartment. Then I got a good deal on the other 2, so now I have 3.
Question on the adjustable kettlebell. Have you ever adjusted it to less weight than what it is right there right now?
No.
I don't think anyone ever would. If I'm just looking at it, I'm like, no one in the history of these has probably ever adjusted them. They're like, I'll just use whatever it is, especially with the kettlebell. I think you'd be like, oh, no, I'll swing it. It's all kind of the same. Or maybe it's a dumbbell. You're like, yeah. But do those work fine? I mean, do you like those? We were just talking about those.
They're the older model that everything is still metal. inside of them.
Okay.
And the adjustments all still work, which is kind of the issue with these is they get beat up. But like this is the kind of crappier ones. This is plastic.
Okay.
So these all still work pretty good.
That doesn't look bad. I've never used them before, but that's for a home gym purpose. That seems.
Their weight, you know, and then I have the.
What did we skip there? You've got a bar rack with all really short bars in it.
It's just assorted crap.
Okay.
I have Olympic loadable ones.
Yeah.
Probably
Do you use those very often?
Heavy dumbbell rows and stuff, and then if I'm dumbbell benching, but like the problem is that digging into your leg.
Yeah.
I used to have tennis balls cut to put on the ends.
AbBat makes a thing for that too, don't they? Where you pop it on the end of it. It's like a tennis ball, basically.
And the problem with the tennis balls was my gym dogs ended up taking them and chewing them up.
Do you ever use the 1-inch standard tricep bar or hammer curl bar or whatever you?
No.
Yeah.
That I actually got from my friend. He and his wife moved to Spain, so he ended up giving me a bunch of gym equipment that he had, a bunch of the standard stuff.
And you've got a easy curl bar there.
Of course.
Everyone's got it. Comes with every standard with every gym. The silver easy curl bar. Standard with every home gym and every gym ever. Tommy, did you spot the
Seth Albersberg?
Yeah, so there's the Seth Albersberg version.
Take one down.
I do
Show it off.
watch a lot of his stuff, and I was really happy to say that he has the same shoes.
20.
What size are those?
14s, and they're actually tight. I need 15s.
You've got a
Homemade bench block.
Yeah.
This was made after
That's a tripod.
yeah, it's a tripod bench block. It's made after a few cocktails.
Oh, is it Velcro?
It's Velcro. Keith loves how not just
It's not in the
symmetrical.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are all
I like the Velcro thing though.
they're Velcro, but they're hard to get off.
Yeah. In theory, it makes sense.
In theory.
Yeah. In theory, it's good. An important option in any home gym, the AC unit. Was this in the shed when you moved here? Or
that I bought and put in because it gets a little bit steamy in the shim.
Yeah. You've got the new Crispy Boys banner.
I do.
Actually, too. One of the premier Massenomics banners you've got right here. And as long as we're looking at another pegboard, this is obviously where you keep your belts, wraps, an interesting color of gangster wraps here with this red and blue.
That was my original set of wraps that I ever bought.
These Pioneer ones are really short. So
Those
which ones do you like
for
to use?
my wife.
Okay. Oh yeah, here you go.
These ones I just bought. I use these at the Lift Hard Live Easy. They're
Okay.
longer and a little bit stretchier, which I like.
Yep. These are super stiff.
Yeah, those are the strangulator ones. They are stiff boys.
Yeah. And then your Pioneer belt.
Yep.
And you've also got the lever belt.
And
here.
then I have my wife's belt over here. It's not where it's supposed to be, but
Yep. Wives. Am I right? Am I right, guys? That Debt Before Dishonor flag is pretty sweet. I like that. Of course, the Lift Hard Live Easy flag. I'm just noting all the stuff on the walls.
I've made a couple orders from Massenomics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got the original Crispy Boys banner.
That was actually a birthday present from my wife.
Okay. Well, maybe she's not so bad after all then. And the horns are pretty sweet. Where did those come from?
So my grandpa actually made those out of wood, and he had them above his garage door at his house in Olivet, South Dakota, population 37.
Wow, that's pretty sweet. Also, the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic Metal here, 2024 edition. I like the looks of that. Barbell. Oh, you got your... This is Bells of Steel?
That's the Bells of Steel.
You got the roll with the rollers. We've toured this before with Big Cave on, haven't we, Tommy?
Yes, we have.
It's sweet.
How do you like it with the rollers?
I like it a lot.
Yeah. This is nice. This is actually a lot nicer than the one they made before this. This is way heavier duty in comparison to that other one. This is cool. That's a cool piece. Rep Fitness.
Dip bar.
Dip attachment for your rack. Do you use it very often?
I do. I like to do dips.
That other attachment, is that like a belt squat attachment?
It is a belt squat attachment.
Who makes that one?
Signature Fitness. It's like $70 Amazon special.
Yeah. Tommy, would you ever get one of those?
I've thought about it. There's someone that makes the one with the, is it Revolt that makes the one with the kickstand?
Fringe Fitness, I think.
There you go, Fringe, yeah.
Which I wish that had a kickstand. I use my tripod as a kickstand for it, which is a little bit dangerous, but it works.
Yeah.
One problem with that is the peg is really short. So what I've thought about doing is I have some old weight storage pegs. I think I might end up drilling holes on the sides and then being able to mount weight to the side too.
Okay. Then you've got your barbell rack here and some interesting bars. We'll start at the bottom. The Titan SSB.
That was a Marketplace find. That was $150 on Marketplace.
So a good price on that one. We've got a deadlift bar.
This is the Elite deadlift bar. Just have to ask Keith Cunnicott. It is,
so this is the Rogue deadlift.
Yep, it's a Boneyard Rogue deadlift bar.
We have the same exact. We have a Rogue. We probably bought it at the same time because we also have a Rogue Boneyard deadlift bar at Massenomics gym, and it's also like bare steel, just like this one. There are some people that adamantly do not like this deadlift bar, though.
I just don't get it.
Yeah. We've got an Olympic
Ohio bar.
So this is a Rogue Ohio bar, is what
Rogue
that is.
Ohio
Black
bar.
Cerakote Rogue Ohio bar.
This was actually a special edition one that has the red bushings. For whatever reason, that's supposed to be special. This came with my first squat stands that I bought.
Okay, so you bought that used too.
Yep.
That's a good bar, though, to get used. You've got a Rogue Ohio Power Bar, blue Cerakote 45-pound version with the black sleeves. Did you buy this new or used?
This was a present from my wife.
Okay.
So this was also new.
Okay. That's a nice bar. How'd she go with blue?
I think the colors were kind of limited.
Okay.
I already had a black bar, which the Ohio bar.
Yep.
And then the other color was green, which I'm not a huge fan of. So she went with blue, and I like it.
You've got a black zinc Texas squat bar right here. No mistaking what we've got. Was that new or used?
That was new.
Okay. And then Texas deadlift bar.
Texas
black
deadlift
zinc.
bar. This also came from my friend that moved to Spain. He bought this used from a guy down in Sioux City.
Well, and you can't take a bar with you to Spain, so that's, might as well leave it at the shim.
Yeah.
So now when you deadlift, I see the Texas deadlift bars on top. What do you do? Is this your deadlift bar of choice, or what do you do? Or is this one old and familiar to you and you just can't go away from it?
You know, I just can't stay away from the Texas deadlift bar.
Okay, so you're drawn to the Texas deadlift bar. I see it's the one that's got the chalk on it right now and everything even. It's definitely been deadlifted with, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been used and abused, but it's still good. The knurling's still good. The bars itself is in pretty good shape. So
you're pretty well set on bars, it feels like almost to me. You got your squat bar, your power bar, your deadlift bar, your multifunctional bar. You've got a good specialty bar here. Are there any bars on your wish list?
I think I'd like to get a like multi-grip camber bar.
Yeah.
I like a Rep 1 or Elite FTS, something like that.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be a good addition. PR board over here.
PR board, and then I was doing Juggernaut for a while, just taking a little break from that. So just doing some 5-3-1, just planning out my lifts. My wife writes her stuff on there. She drew me a nice little picture.
Balzac. Cowboy Balzac, though, actually. Are these goals coming up?
Goals.
Yep. 666, the mark of the devil. I like it. What's that total get us to? 15?
15 something.
Yep. That's a good goal to have, I think. Then the centerpiece, I guess we've been avoiding it here, but it's time we finally talk about it, is you have, what is this rack?
This
the Rep
is the Rep
post.
PR 4000 6-post.
Okay. So it's 5/8 inch holes.
And west side spacing for a bench.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Which, unfortunately, being a long-armed lifter, the west side spacing does nothing for me on this rack.
Like you're like above it almost when you start?
I am above it.
Yeah,
Okay.
It seems like it's too low.
It is low for whatever reason, but
Yeah.
my wife
Like it
uses
should start like, yeah.
If it was a perfect rack, it would come, west side spacing would come up to like 25.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Original drink spotter here too with the Massenomics koozie in it. What were you drinking? Oh, Waterloo.
Waterloo.
Not bad.
Fresh out of the oven.
You got them hot and ready for us. Okay, so you've got the safety straps.
Safety straps. I bought this with pinpipe safeties that I
Okay.
have since not used, so
So you use the straps.
they're up there. The straps I like better. I've been doing some more, shrugs and stuff like that with barbells, and it's kind of nice just to have the straps. Plus, they're a little bit more comfortable to sit on, so just a little bit more comfy.
Better seat for sure.
You get done squatting, you got to sit down.
I'd also mention, you're looking at Paul. Look at that shirt he's got on. Isn't that a great looking shirt?
Classy.
The lifting department tee. It really doesn't get better than that.
No.
How's that blank feel?
I like it.
What size is that?
It's a large.
Okay, yeah.
My svelte 237-pound frame.
Yeah, that fits great though. You've also got the safety arms.
Yep. So
We were talking, you could put these on the outside and bench on the outside if you
so
wanted to. Or...
a lot of times if have like Big Bryce over for say,
Yep.
he'll come over and squat. We need to squat different weights. So
Right.
one of us can squat inside, one of us can squat outside.
Yep.
My wife and I, if we're both lifting at the same time, it's great. That's part of the
Yep.
reason why I went with the 6-post, because it does take up a huge area in a very small space.
But you can then have two people lifting at the same time.
But I can have two people lifting at the same time, and just the added stability with everything, it's pretty solid.
Yep. And you built the platform that it sits on.
Yep.
This looks like a Massenomics platform, if I've ever seen one before. Like
I watched a YouTube video on it once.
Yep, this looks like the classic Massenomics YouTube video platform is exactly what I'm looking at here, and it's perfect. This is exactly how it plays out. Weights, you've got a variety of weights. What are these really black 45s on the end?
Those
What brand
are
those?
Strong Arm USA
Okay.
pounder plates. I bought them, and they were $1 a pound to my door.
Okay, so good deal.
So good deal. I talked to...
Not a bad looking plate either, I would
No.
say.
Eventually, I'd like to get strength co-plates, but they just got to save up my pennies for them at some point in time.
No doubt it could happen. I mean, it's like any good home gym. It's just one thing at a time, right? What are these next two?
Those are rep cheap plates, and then the rest are just kind of...
They're not the rep with the circles in it, are they?
No.
Okay.
These are...
Not the revolver rep.
No, they're just solid.
Okay.
Just solid barbell ones. They were,
Yep.
I think, like $1.10 a pound or something
Yep.
like that when I bought them.
And then you've got these change plates. You've got a variety of used plates that you probably picked up along the way through Facebook Marketplace and
Yep.
stuff. Yep.
The goofiest plates I have are these Nautilus plates. The 25s are like
They're really big.
a 1/4 inch bigger around than every other 25. The 10s are way bigger. The 2.5s are tiny.
And so is the 5 is smaller than some of these other ones.
And then the 45s that I have on the leg extension leg curl are like a 1/2 inch smaller round than the other plates.
They're just making shit up as they go, aren't they? They're like,
so that's why
we don't care what anyone else does.
That's
We'll
why
make
they
it.
live there.
Yeah. Okay, and we haven't talked about it really yet, but the reason you're able to now list the Titan cable machine now is, I think you're working on this today, right? Like,
Yeah.
So it's not complete yet.
It's not complete yet.
So what is it?
This is the Rep Aries 1.0. They have the 2.0, so they were selling these like $800 off, and
Nice.
there's not a huge change between the two of them. So
Like some of the pulleys are different or something.
pulleys
we
are
toured, I
different.
guess, the 2.0 at Home Gym Con, and I can't remember.
I think the plate stacks sit this way instead of that way.
Okay.
So I just wanted something just to do some more accessories, just because you can only do so much with barbells and light dumbbells. So, and just wanted to spoil myself with something kind of cool.
Yeah. So why isn't it done yet? What's been going on?
So I got this back in August. It came without the guides. So I called Rep and I said, hey, I don't have my guides.
It doesn't work good without the guides.
Yeah, it does not work at all.
How much did you unpack until you realized, wait a second, something's missing here?
Oh, I had everything unpacked
until
I went to put the plates onto the stacks, and there's like, oh, I'm missing a very important part of it. Yeah. So I called them. They're like, oh, man, that sucks. We'll send them to you. So waited a week. Get a knock at the door. FedEx guy's here. And there's a tube. I was like, oh, great, I got them. I look at the tube, and it's 80-inch. This is a 93-inch rack.
Uh-huh.
So not only were they the wrong size, there was only two of them. So I had to call them back and say, this is not right again. And that was Labor Day weekend. So then it took up until today, the September 11th, to get the actual right ones. But everything is done now except for wiring the cables through.
So they did make it right. And
they did make it
got
right.
The right stuff. It's just taken longer than you probably have wanted it to.
And the cables are a big project.
The cables...
It's all a big project.
The cables, from what I've read, are a big project, but I don't think... It can't be any worse than having to move these down and put all of everything back together. It's basically building a whole rack. And like I had to take all these uprights off, the pull-up bar off, to put more stuff on. It was
so you pretty much was like rebuilding the rack as
you're
doing it.
I'm pretty excited because these are all on
that's
trolleys.
the trolley. So that's pretty sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got nice knurling.
I gotta try this too. Oh yeah. That's cool.
So I'm pretty excited for
Do
it.
these scratch up the uprights at all, do people say? Or
They probably do.
I'm not saying I care even, that's just the way it is.
Whatever
it does have plastic.
they have the UHW plastic.
Yeah. Oh, and this right here, what is this? Is cable run
Yeah,
through
that's
there?
where a cable gets screwed into there so you can move it up and down.
So basically you're going to end up with a pretty sweet cable system without eating up any more space in the shim.
Right. So eventually what I'm going to do is the GHD is either going to go there or there, and then I'm going to free up some space there for something. I just haven't decided.
You don't know what? Yeah. Well, do you have any ideas of what it would be? What would be next on the list?
Well, there's somebody in Sioux Falls selling a Rogue Rhino belt squat for $2,500.
It would fit there. For how much are they selling?
$2,500, which to your door is saving you $50. So I'm thinking about.
I was just going to say,
Can't afford not to.
I was just going to say, what is the deal there? Like they're not going to sell it for $2,500.
No, I might just lowball them.
Well, I'm like maybe $1,500. I don't, like $2,500. Listen, people, if you're selling used equipment on Facebook Marketplace, it is not worth what you bought it new. If Paul wants one and you're selling it for the price of new, he'll buy a new one before he buys your used one.
$50 is not worth it to go talk to somebody else, and I can put it together myself.
Like things take a big hit on the price when you're selling on a Facebook Marketplace. That's a lesson for everyone.
And with something like that, with anything in here, it's such a niche market of people that are going to buy this stuff. Like between Bryce and I, we probably know everybody in Sioux Falls that's going to buy all this stuff. So like, if one of us doesn't buy it, we probably know who's buying it.
Yeah. So you do have people, you talked about Bryce, Perfect Little Sweeties. Sometimes you go train at his home gym. Sometimes he comes over here. So our visitors welcome. Like
visitors are always welcome.
Yeah, if they want to come get a lift in with you. Yeah, we've got to do a lift here sometime, I think, too. Maybe that'll be part 2 of this. The next one will be a training vlog sometime.
Road to the Lift Hard, Live Easy 3 training vlog.
Well, Crew Falls 3, maybe. Anything else we missed, Paul, you think?
I mean, do you have a wish list right now of anything?
We talked about potentially the multi-grip bar. You said maybe if you got a sweet deal on the right belt squat, that could be the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of what I would say.
Because like,
I don't know. It's a pretty good setup. I like this leg machine. Is a great use of space. I'm actually a big GHD fan. So I like that.
This is something I wanted for a long time because I miss doing like GHRs and being able to do like reverse hypers, and then just once again watching Seth Albersworth stuff of just like loading your core up as much as you can, doing abs and stuff.
Well, I guess you talked about it even with the dumbbells. I guess in a perfect wish list scenario, Tommy, we talked about it with yours. Maybe it's like the rep Pep-In adjustable dumbbells. Like that's a lot of money, but it'd be a cool addition for like a home gym.
I mean, and I've priced out getting a whole set from 5 to 100 set of dumbbells.
Yeah, they're expensive.
It's expensive, and it's just I don't have the space.
Is the classic conundrum in the home gym with the dumbbells. That's why I like the rep Pep-Ins could be a good use. Actually, that reminds me, for anyone watching, we do have affiliate links for rep. We talked about a lot. He got a lot of rep stuff. We got affiliates for rep. The Strength Co., a bunch of other companies all in the description. Check that out and click through there and buy stuff. Is that about it? I think that wraps us up for this one. Big Paul, thanks for having us put one in the old vise.
Anytime.
This was a great home gym tour, but maybe the real home gym tour was the friends we made along the way.
Always.
We'll catch you guys next time. Like, subscribe, do everything. Thanks for checking it out.